Welcome to another episode of J Inclusive. Please share, like, comment, subscribe, and set your notifications on so you are alerted every time I upload. Devin Michael Boutte, known to family and friends by his nickname Curly, was born on February 1st, 1991 in New Iberia, Louisiana. He was a graduate of Westgate High School, where he went on to attend Baton Rouge Community College and later transferred to Southern University A&M College, where he received his bachelor's in criminal justice. He would later further his education by completing his master's degree in public administration. He was employed as a science teacher and was dean of students in Iberville Parish Schools before embarking on a career in law enforcement with the St. Gabriel City Police Department in 2012, where he was eventually promoted to captain.
Fall out. Okay, go home. Deep breath. Stretch.
Man, somebody go get him.
Hey, Rico, come hold him. I can't reach up that high.
You got it, man.
Any last words?
Tell us how you feel right now, Boutte. You wish you were back in Canada?
They don't carry tasers in Canada.
All right, y'all want to do that countdown like we talked about?
Yeah.
Everybody, y'all ready? We're going to count from 5.
Come on. Hold it. Come on. Hey, hold it. Hold it. Hold it.
There you go.
You all right?
It's over.
You all right?
You good?
You all right? You all right?
You better be all right.
You all right?
Oh, my God.
Man, have a seat.
Now you
Bathroom
go.
jumping
You
out.
go to the bathroom. You took it better. You didn't make a sound. You took it better than some of the other ones in this room.
Yeah.
Devin had a special love for family and people in general. He was a mentor to many and always gave back to his community. Despite being beloved in his community, Devin had a few secrets that, unbeknownst to him, were about to be revealed shortly before his passing. But it would be his death that would cause his family, friends, and the community to face Devin's truth.
It's not only a dark day at the police department, but a dark day in the whole city of St. Gabriel.
Just off Legion Road, law officers surrounded the home of St. Gabriel Police Captain Devin Boutte. He was found stabbed to death inside his home early Sunday morning.
I was notified by the assailant, sent an officer out. I came out and checked myself, and I ended up finding him succumb to his injuries. I just tell you, it's a gruesome death, and I don't want to go into details. Hopefully, I'll never have to witness something like that again.
Iberville Parish Sheriff's Office arrested 25-year-old Warren Mitchell, and he's facing charges of second-degree murder. Sheriff Brett Stassi told WBRZ that Boutte was stabbed during an argument.
Very, very smart kid, very educated.
Law officers traveled down Highway 30, transporting Boutte's body to a funeral home in Broussard, where he arrived for an autopsy. Mayor Lionel Johnson says Boutte was loved by the community and his presence will be missed.
He was everywhere. Everybody knew him. He would stand in for Chief at engagements, programs he put together. So he was just a nice, kind, beloved person that everybody liked.
This is a board that is up. You can see this board is up in front of the police department, and all morning this picture has been flashing. Rest in peace, Captain Devin Boutte, SG3. And then the next sign, there is a little message from the community, and it reads Curly, which was his nickname. We will never forget your service and your...
A day after the stabbing death of a St. Gabriel police captain, the investigative unit uncovered a bombshell about what led to the killing.
The Iberville Parish Sheriff's Office confirms Captain Devin Boutte and the suspect Warren Mitchell were in a relationship that spun out of control for both of them. Best casualty with what she uncovered.
Michael, Sylvia, this explosive information comes from the sheriff's office, where investigators told me Boutte and Mitchell were already on their radar after several tips.
Boutte's chief, Kevin Ambo, was the first person to find his body.
Hopefully, I'll never have to witness something like that again.
He tells us it was Boutte's boyfriend, Warren Mitchell III, who alerted him.
I was notified by the assailant, sent an officer out. I came out and checked myself, and I ended up finding him succumb to his injuries.
Mitchell confessed over the phone.
The sheriff's office says Boutte was ambushed here in his home while he was sleeping. Mitchell allegedly stabbed him twice, once in the front and in the back,
Investigators recovered that kitchen knife still inside Boutte when they arrived. What they also recovered inside the home that the police captain and Mitchell had been sharing, drugs. According to the sheriff's office, Boutte had been providing Mitchell with weed and meth to sell and use.
Seems to be that Boutte lost his direction through the relationship with this man. It clouded his judgment.
Sheriff Brett Stassi says he had gotten a tip about this weeks ago.
It would be our jurisdiction.
And actually asked the Attorney General's office to investigate Boutte just 10 days before he was killed.
There's nothing that you can compare this crime to any other that I can remember in recent years.
The suspect, 25-year-old Warren Mitchell III, has a lengthy criminal past.
Drugs, robbery, even some indecent behavior with back when he was a juvenile.
And was even a suspect in a murder in Texas in 2021. In fact, he was out on bond for a robbery he allegedly committed last month when the stabbing happened.
We've talked to the people in the community.
Stassi says that robbery was a key point in the pair's increasingly toxic relationship.
He thought that he was trapped in this relationship and this was the only way out. He had attempted a couple times prior to get out of this relationship, and he couldn't seem to get away.
Meaning what exactly?
A few weeks ago, he did a robbery at a store, knowing that he would be arrested and brought to jail, and that in fact happened. He posted a $27,000 bond, and Captain Boutte went to the store and tried to repay the money and asked that they would come forward to drop charge.
Despite the term not being used officially, the situation between Boutte and Mitchell has all the red flags of domestic violence.
He used some coercion and to keep pressure on him that I went and paid the money back. I got you out of the mental place. I did this. Just some control tactics that he used to kind of control him.
In our exclusive interview with Chief Ambo, he gets candid about why he doesn't believe the allegations coming from the sheriff's office.
It's been a difficult week for the St. Gabriel Police Department after losing Captain Devin Boutte.
It's been a hard 3 days. Devin was loved by everybody in this community.
Chief Kevin Ambo says made worse by the allegations coming from his confessed killer.
I saw an officer who was butchered up beyond recognition. I didn't even recognize him. That's how bad this guy beat him. To the point that we may not even be to open his casket. And you're gonna take a word of a cop killer?
He's guilty of committing a crime.
The Iberville Sheriff's Office and the Attorney General are investigating Boutte for corruption involving drugs.
We come to a conclusion on what was going on.
Sheriff Brett Stassi saying he provided weed and meth to his live-in boyfriend and killer, Warren Mitchell, which may have been part of his motive.
He thought that Boutte was developing into where maybe his life would be put in danger. And whether he thought it or dreamed it, it was part of his mental status at the time of the attack.
Ambo says it's simply not true.
Here's what I can say.
Yeah.
You take your camera and you talk to anyone in St. Gabriel, and the word drugs and Devin Boutte's name would never come up in the same sentence. The thing that amazed me is the only person can tie Devin Boutte, the drug, is a cop killer.
Why do you think they're putting so much stock in that? I mean, they're asking the Attorney General to come in and investigate the actions of a man who has passed away. I mean, why are they doing that?
Whatever the reason is, I'm open to any investigation, whether it's the Attorney General, whether it's the Sheriff's Office, whether it's the FBI. I'm transparent. Whatever Devin did in his personal life, he didn't bring it to the police department.
About 8 Sunday morning, Ambo tells me a store clerk he knows called him, saying someone at the store wanted to speak to him. it was Warren Mitchell confessing to what he had done.
When Mitchell called you to tell you what he did he tell you why?
I asked him why. He wouldn't give me a reason. He wouldn't give me a reason. And it's stuff that we talked about that I got to release to the investigators that I don't want to talk about. You know, all I know, I have to testify to what I saw in that room was Devin Boutte beaten beyond recognition, no clothes on, with a big old knife in his back.
Ambo says a critical flaw in Mitchell's accusations that Boutte had drugs at his house is the fact that he lived with his canine drug dog.
Devin was a canine officer. Make it make sense. You have drugs at his house, you got to train the dog.
Another issue, he says, is how long it took Mitchell to report his crime.
I know what rigor mortis look like.
Oh, really?
It wasn't no blood, it was dried up. He had to kill Devin around about 1 o'clock that morning. Do the investigation. It got people saw him walking on the levee at 2:30 that morning. When you came down off your high, then you want to think of a way to get out what you done. You call the police chief like you not kill a dog and say, I kill your officer? Who does that?
Chief Kevin Ambo echoing the same belief some residents in the St. Gabriel community have shared with me.
So if you're going to take the word of a proven murderer, liar, and drug addict, then there is something wrong with that.
Grace Marcel says she's known Boutte for years through her work at the library.
We're a small community, and we know one another. As I said before, if somebody sneezes, we know it.
Susan Landry was close to Boutte after many interactions at community meetings, and she said what's being said isn't fair.
It's hard to get past that, but then to hear that, you know, these accusations about him, and again, he can't defend himself. He's a dead man, and he can't defend himself. So anything, you're supposed to be innocent of everything until proven guilty. To make accusations that sound like factual statements, that's inappropriate.
Warren was initially charged with the 2021 murder of 18-year-old Kadarius Griffin, but after further investigation, a grand jury indicted him on a lesser misdemeanor charge of hindering apprehension. He pled guilty in April 2022 and served 118 days in county jail, while the second suspect, Cornelius Cooks, was convicted of murder and sentenced to 23 years. This twist of fate ultimately allowed Warren, now back on the streets, to cross paths with his next unsuspecting victim. While police believe Warren and Devin were romantically involved based on Warren's own statement, neither Devin's family, friends, nor social media offer any indication of him being gay or bisexual. The case raises many unanswered questions. How did they meet? How long were they together? And how did Warren end up living with the officer? Why would Devin, a respected officer, allegedly supply substances to Warren? Where would Devin have gotten the illegal substances from? If the department opened an investigation into Devin 10 days before his murder, what led them to open the investigation? What were they looking into exactly, and why, after the murder, would Warren, a career criminal, feel comfortable enough to go to a nearby gas station to call the sheriff directly and confess? None of it adds up. In LBGT relationships, intimate partner violence can be different than heterosexual couples. The abusive partner may attack or question your sexuality or gender identity. They may threaten to out you to family and friends. They may want to hide your relationship, deeming it unacceptable by society, and in turn may lead to isolation and make you question yourself, leading to feelings of insecurity and shame. They may use the fact that you are both men, trying to distort the acts of abuse by claiming this is how it is in a gay relationship, and that men cannot be victims of intimate partner violence. If you are HIV positive, they may threaten to disclose your health status, threaten to leave, or even withhold your medication. They may gaslight you by accusing you of misremembering events, withhold factual information, replace factual information with false information, claim that you are overreacting, or twist your words as if they were supposed to mean something different. These behaviors can slowly erode your ability to trust yourself and your judgments. Gaslighting differs from other manipulative methods because not only can it lead to a change in your behavior, but it can also jeopardize your own personality. By using manipulative behaviors, such as the ones previously mentioned, the abusive partner ensures that you can no longer be independent and that you start to question your own credibility, doubt yourself, and become emotionally and mentally dependent upon them. What do you believe happened, and is Warren telling the truth? Either way, what we do know for certain is a person who was beloved by many lost his life, and for that, rest in peace.